Peace and love, family. How is everyone doing? How is your weekend? I know it's coming to a close and Monday's right around the corner. But, guys, I want to come to you real quick. It's not going to be long because my show is coming on. I'm about to watch. And so I want to do a quick movie review with you. I was gonna go over some of the craziness that has been happening on YouTube, but you know what, guys? That's just not my thing. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that to the people that like to deal with that. I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I'm going to quickly go over this movie review with you. But first, I wanted to share my son-in-law playing um, saxophone. He plays all different sax. It's not his profession per se. He is a computer scientist, but he got his scholarship through playing for the band at college, and he has continued that um, by playing. He plays all over Georgia, different gigs for people, private parties, and things like that. So I wanted to see if I can share this with you guys before we get to the movie review. There we go. I'm sure share a little about this, and I hope y'all enjoy it. That is my son-in-law. He's really good, guys. Now, what kind of sax this is, and booster, I don't know. Go on, please. You know I love some jazz, Now, guys, that is my son-in-law. He is actually playing that the saxophone. If you are interested in um, if you are in Georgia and you are interested in hiring him for a gig, he does weddings, birthdays, church events, all kind of different events, and he also has a plays with a band. So if you want a band per se versus just him, he does play with a band. Just put a comment below, and I can get in touch with you, or I can give him your information. But he is great. He does have his own channel. I will have to find the link and then link it below for those who want to find his Instagram channel, where he does play and upload his music. So I'm very proud of him. Like I said, that is my son-in-law. So anyway, guys, let's get on to it. I am going to share now with you guys the show. Okay. Now, excuse me. Fair use is up. We are doing this. Fair use is for the copyright fair use. We're doing this for criticism for the movie. Now, the movie that we are talking about, and I'm going to be real short, guys, because I'm about to go watch episode 5, and that is The House of Dragons. So what I'm going to show, if you are not invested in The House of Dragons, you have to get invested. That means you're going to have to go back to season 1. We're already into season 2. I should have went back and kind of viewed from season 1, but I didn't. We're right here at the trailer for season 2. So shout out to Max. This is on Max, HBO Max, merged, so it's on that channel. Shout out to them. This is their trailer. I'm gonna play a little bit of this trailer for you guys, and you must go and watch The House of Dragons. It may start a little slow, but it is really building up. You have to watch it now. Hopefully, you know the whole backstory of the House of Dragons with Daenerys and everything. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and then we'll get into that.
The Targaryen who sits the Iron Throne is not just a king or a queen. They are a protector of the realm. Now I find myself in an impossible position.
All hail, King Aegon!
The enemy usurped my throne.
We're going to King's Landing. Well, what are we going to do about it?
We must play the board before us.
Proceed cautiously.
Fuck dignity! I want revenge.
News spreads through the realm. The great houses will come to our side.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
My ships sail at your command.
The realm's only hope is in a leader strong enough to unite it.
Do you accept me as your queen and ruler?
This senseless war must end.
Shall none of us prevail?
Not like this.
Alicent holds love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
Okay, guys. So if you just by the trailer, you can see that it is like dramatic with the House of Dragons. I don't want to say too much because I don't know how many of you guys have actually been watching it, but you have to start watching the House of Dragons. Now, some people say with the House of Dragons, that it's not as exciting as the first part of the series. And I don't know, it'll come to me in a minute. I don't know why it escaped me what I'm trying to say. The name of it, it'll come to me in a minute. But I think it's just as good. Now, the other one was longer, so it had a little bit more detail than this. But we have to give this time to build up, and I think it's building up pretty well. With the House of Dragons, the bottom line is that they're about to battle over the kingdom. Pretty much, the kingdom was stolen by the high towers, and Aegon was put on the throne. Aegon, who's on the throne, is crazy. He's a crazy young man that should not be there. His brother actually should be there. I think he's smarter and he's much more cunning. Now, his brother has the biggest dragon, so he is the big one to fear right now, because he has the biggest dragon, and his dragon can beat everyone else's dragon except Daemon, who is his uncle, who is married to his aunt, who's supposed to sit on the throne, but his aunt is Daemon's niece. You know how they used to marry each other back then. Okay, so Daemon found this crazy dragon in last season, at the end of the last season, and no one knows about this dragon. So he's in hiding. So I'm thinking that when it comes to the real big battle, when he brings out the big dragon, when the big dragon comes out, that Daemon is going to bring out this crazy dragon, and they're going to fight. So I'm really looking to see what's going to happen. No one knows about this dragon. That's the big thing. Now, on the show, the sea god is the black guy with the long dreads. He's the one that's over all of the ships. Now, something has happened to his wife. I don't want to say anything because I'm not sure who have watched the show. He's about, in this season, I'm assuming with this episode, he's about to go ham and cheese, okay? But he's over all the ships, okay? But his son, he doesn't have so-called an heir. The only thing he has is some nieces, granddaughters, excuse me, left that we think. But he has some illegitimate sons out there, I think, that's going to take over his ships. So we're going to see, because his original son was supposedly killed, but he wasn't killed. He just wanted to run away with his lover. And that's from first season. So we're going to actually see. I'm going to play one more for you guys before. It's another one too. Let's do a recap of first season, and then I'm going to come back. But okay, let's do a recap of first season. And this is from Mana Recaps. Shout out to Mana Recaps. I'm only going to play a part of this. Of first season. So it'll kind of give you an update on where we are.
Heir to the Iron Throne. Now, Daemon kind of ignores this. He's still acting like he's going to be king, so Rhaenyra has to fly in on Dragonback to put her uncle in his place. Now, Daemon has no problem killing people, but he doesn't want to fight his niece.
Now,
in fact, he really likes his niece, so it's like, all right, fine, you're the heir. Now, King Viserys is still a relatively young guy, and it's like, hey, you should remarry to make more backup Targaryens. The best marriage proposal comes from his master of ships, Corlys Velaryon, the Sea Snake. In fact, he's married to the king's cousin, Rhaenys Targaryen, the female heir that was passed over in favor of Viserys. So marrying their daughter is a little incestual, but for the Targaryens, that's a good thing. Keep the bloodline strong. Only problem is their daughter is still way too young to get married. In medieval politics, you gotta lock down that betrothal early, but Viserys isn't feeling it. But there's another surprise candidate, Alicent Hightower, daughter of Hand of the King Otto Hightower, and incidentally, Rhaenyra's best friend. Her dad is like, hey, the king is real sad about his wife's death. You should go comfort him. Gross, man. But Alicent's a dutiful daughter. She starts helping the king build his model city, and these two strike up a friendship. And so it's a 2-year time jump as the king married Alicent and instantly had a son, Aegon. Everyone assumes he is now the heir, which is awkward for Rhaenyra. But her dad's like, nah, girl, you're my heir. I'm sticking to it. Now, what does Daemon think of this? Well, he's been at war in the Stepstones fighting a pirate called the Crab Beater, and he gets an epic action sequence where he basically solos the entire Crab Beater army. Now he comes home to King's Landing with a haircut and an apology, so his brother
Okay, so as you can see from the recap from season 1, the king actually made Rhaenyra the heir, not his first son, Aegon. And that's where all the problem is going to come in, because when the king dies at the end of season 1, the queen is going to put Aegon on the throne. So that's causing the fight. Now, Daemon wanted the throne from the get-go from his brother. He felt like he should have been the king, which Daemon probably would have been a better king. I don't know. Daemon was kind of evil, so it might have been crazy. So you have to watch the show. Daemon goes through and does a lot, okay? And I'm not really sure in the second season where Daemon's head is and where he's going, where his mind is. I'm not sure if he's really fighting for Rhaenyra or against Rhaenyra. I'm not really sure, but we're going to find out. So guys, this is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at the House of Dragons season 2. It is now playing on your HBO or Max channel. I think season 1 and 5 seasons of season 2 are now showing. So after I see season 5, I will come back to you guys and we'll talk more about what has led up to whatever happens in this episode. I'm eager to watch this episode. So guys, catch up. If you haven't watched season 1, this is a great binger. Binge it. Okay. Finish season 1, catch up to season 2 so we can talk about what is going on. And then we might go all the way back to what led up to the House of Dragons. All right, guys, have a good one. I hope you had a great weekend. I will talk with you guys very soon. Don't forget, catch up, watch season 1, and make any comments about the House of Dragons and what you think that if is Daemon for Rhaenyra and fighting for her crown, or is he against her and fighting to get the crown himself? Put in the comments and let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys soon.